What you have to understand is, like, I'm completely okay with you, one, taking a vacation for as long as you want, for the most part.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, when you ask, like, hey, can I work from, where were you? Redneck Riviera?
South Carolina.
South Carolina? Like, you're on, like, boats and rafts all day. Like, how are you realistically going to do what we do?
I had asked to extend my vacation last minute, just a couple days, and he said no. And you know, it's frustrating when when I drop things for them last minute all the time, and then when I want to do something the one time, it's like, no, you can't. That's that.
He's the bad cop, more or less. I'm the good cop in this relationship, and one of us has to be more approachable. I would say that's me. I try to make it easy and try to relate to everyone. I mean, he's given Lauren a hard time about being away on her trip with her family, and in all honesty, when she texted us and said, hey, is it okay if I'm gone an extra 2 days? I don't have a problem with that.
Everybody knows exactly what they need to do every day, every week, every month, every quarter for us to be successful. I'm 100% okay with people taking vacations, taking time off, and I ask people, what is it that makes you happy? Is 1 day off a week, does that make you happy? If that's the case, we need to plan around that. That's perfectly fine. You want vacation time? That's okay too. But what I want and what our team needs is a plan where if somebody's gone, somebody else can fill in so our customers and our business partners don't suffer.
All right.
Got to put together a new campaign for buyers in South Palm Beach. We're not getting anything up there.
What's going on?
What's up, man? Where you been? It's 2:45.
Yeah, no, I had to put my dog to sleep this morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, sorry, man.
That sucks. It really doesn't matter what's going on. Brandon always gets the job done. Flat tire, he's in the office. If he's sick, he's here. His dog actually died this morning. He's in here knocking it out. He does not stop.
So, you know, want to make sure I got in here and did what I need to do to get these loans closed for this week. You know, other people are relying on me to make sure this happens for them, so I don't want to leave them hanging just because of something happening outside of the office in my life. In all honesty, dude, like, now's not a good time for filming. Just let me do what I need to do.
I'm just gonna tell you the story.
How'd that call go?
She didn't answer. I'm making sure I have.
She didn't answer.
I'm so proud of her. It's only her second deal and she just did it. Oh, she's calling me back.
Good job.
Hello, Latoya?
What I have already done, I have a pre-approval from Bank of America for 200.
Mute it. Say, listen. Let's see if we can get you a lender credit to get you closer to that $18,000. Would you be interested in that? Sounds like you were.
Okay.
And
Here's
that's but the only thing is not conventional. I think that the 210 can be, well, I was approved for 210 because it would be my first time buying.
Latoya, let's just, okay. Here's the thing. When you go with Bank of America, like, I have great contacts there too. But the problem is that they don't allocate the best usage of your income. And as far as that matter, that means how much you're going to qualify for. But you know what? Why don't, instead of push, at least have a phone conversation with my preferred lender, who we've closed dozens, probably 80 deals together in the last few years, and at least get your feet wet with him to see what we can do to get you in the right track. I mean, it doesn't hurt to speak to somebody with experience.
Okay. That works for me because I guess, like...
You have to, be able to laugh because it's so intense all the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's so many emotions. There's so much... This is... What people forget in real estate is that this is the largest transaction somebody will ever make in their whole life.
I'm bilingual, by the way. So, see if she answers.
So whatever I would like, he'll like. All right? I'm walking into a meeting. Rice, steak, sauce. All right, bye.
Right.
Like call, text, and then if you get a lead on Monday morning, if you have time, call it that night. But definitely call it first thing when you come in the next day. Like that needs to be your number one priority, the new business. Even playing field, last 30 days, and I know you had some other issues going on, so obviously we have to throw that in there. Applications, pre-approvals, Joey's got 14. I think you got 1. Shelby's got like 2 or 3 maybe. That's a big swing.
Just myself personally, I think that I've been rushing through my phone calls a little bit too much possibly. And so I've been trying to scale things back and just slow down, take a lot more time on my initial calls with people to really build more of that rapport and just make a better connection in general.
I think it's more what are you doing with the time when you're here. I do know, like with Joey, anytime I go, he's working on something, whether he's calling a lead or actually working on a deal. I think it's just staying focused. Or I think it's a matter of Joey having that hunger to do well and, putting in the work. I'm in the office typically till 8:30 at night, and the only other person besides Lauren, who's my right hand, the only other person who's ever here at that time is Joey.
I'm not going to touch him until after lunch. You know what I mean? I'm going to focus my morning basically on calling my present leads, the current leads, getting on the dialer, calling the old nurtures, and then maybe allocate a half hour to realtors. The full 8 to 12 though in the morning is going to be all calling.
But once again, I think it's a matter of staying focused and staying positive and moving forward, continuing to work your leads the same way regardless of how much business you have already. Just because you have, a dozen loans that are ready to close doesn't mean you shouldn't try to get a dozen more. All right, we'll see what happens.
Real estate agents want their deadlines met, whether it's an appraisal, an inspection, obviously your closing date, it's very important. You need to make sure that the processes are in place to meet those deadlines, whether it's calling the borrower if you haven't received disclosures back within 24 hours, or 12 hours for that matter. That's what we do in our office. Making sure that if something's lagging on an appraisal or it's not scheduled, staying proactive, staying on top of that. All of those little windows of time, the 24, 48, 72 hours, it all makes a difference at the end to meet that deadline.